guys, my name is Karen representing Eggzekitive Rope, and I want you to stay tuned to Queen's Talk as we talk about Eggzekitive Rope. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Cavello and I'm CEO and founder of Eggzekitive Rope Clothing. Stay tuned to Queen's Talk TV.
Alright, so guys, welcome to the Queen's Talk show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Esther.
Are you okay today?
Yes, we are. Excited to be here.
I am excited too. Like, I've never really met you guys together and talking face to face, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the first time. I'm so glad to have you.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Okay, so I just have a few questions. I hope you don't mind, because people want to know you better. They want to know what you're doing. They want to understand. Also, maybe if they want to start a business, also they want to learn from you, because you guys are the pros, like really. Yeah. So how long have you been in this field? How long have you been doing this?
Well, Eggzekitive Rope started out in 2016, so we turned 3 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yes.
2015, 2016.
2015, 2016. Yeah.
You've been doing this for a long time. Like most of the people I interviewed were like 1 year, 2 years, but you guys it's 3 years. So how has been the journey so far?
Well, from scratch, it was.
It was really
It wasn't
hard.
easy.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
We needed to master our market, our customers, and our customers' preferences and everything. So we struggled with that. You know, this thing where you would want something red, another person comes with yellow. I want this in yellow. We had this first order. This lady requested that we make her pumps, because we also customize ladies' shoes and stuff. So she requested that we do pumps for her, and we did everything, the sizes, the fabrics, everything. Upon delivery, she just says, it looks nice, but I would have liked it in yellow.
Yes.
That color wasn't, the fabric we used wasn't, it was a bit yellow, it was maybe
like
orangish. And then she just said, I want something yellow. I was really touched.
I think the hardest challenge that we had also when starting that I can recall is finding the right suppliers. You know, we were new to China and we didn't know where everything was placed. So like the first fabrics that we ever had, we had to import them from Zambia. And imagine we had to get like 10 bales of fabric, which wasn't easy because we just had a friend who was coming from Zambia. And the person had to come with all those fabrics plus their own luggage. It was like when we sat down and thought, like, how are we going to push this clothing line? Like every time we have to get fabrics from Zambia. So as we got into the business, we had to find suppliers within China who were able to supply those fabrics, and from then things have also started moving better.
Yeah, so are there any like maybe because people have a lot of contradictions just within themselves and they go through stuff that is not hard, so how would you encourage someone who's just starting and they've already gone through so much like hardships already just being in the business? Because from the story you've told me, I think that was really hard for you to take in.
Yes.
So how would you encourage someone like who's having some hardships in their business?
Well, I think when you are starting, prepare for so many risks. I am an economist. I learn a lot about risks and all. So I just think when you are starting out a business, you need to know the know-how of your business. You need to know how far your business will go, what you are gaining out of it. You don't really have to make something for starters. You need to risk it or put in as much and not expect to get anything out of it, because you are planting something. It's a seed. You put it in the right soil, have the right temperature, right watering, and most of all, you never have to give up. Winds and storms will still come, but if you just stand strong and firm to what you really want in your life, for what you've really planned, it's not going to be a barrier. things will come. There'll be times when you just feel lazy to just do your business. Today I don't have orders, so let me just sit. But the times that you do not have anything to do, your competitors are also busy.
Exactly.
They will capitalize on your weaknesses. So for a starting business, you don't have to give up. You need to know the goals. You need to know how much you are willing to sacrifice. If you're not ready to sacrifice, then you're not doing anything.
Exactly. And one other thing that I can add on is, whenever you're going into a business, always have a certain authenticity within yourself.
Exactly.
Don't venture into something because your friend is doing it. It has to come
especially
with an inner passion.
Because people just do stuff for the money.
Exactly. You don't have to do it because your friend is doing it. You should have passion, and you should know what's involved in that business. And running a business as a student is not the easiest thing. You have to divide your time equally. Your business is demanding, and so is your school. But if you have the passion for it, you're able to separate in between and draw a line in between what you're doing and your school.
Exactly. I've learned something as well. So I just want to know, what else do you do apart from the clothing business? Is there any other thing that you do apart from clothes?
Yes, currently we're also doing Velo Ads and Designs, which has also been running for about 2 years now. Velo Ads and Designs is a startup company that does branding of small businesses. We want to brand small businesses in terms of logos, template designs of different things that the business is trying to offer out, and we give advertising solutions. So even for events management, we come out and do backdrop banners and a lot more stuff like t-shirt printing and ticketing. It's all about branding. That's what it's all about.
Okay, so if there's someone who wants that kind of stuff, how do they reach you?
Well, they can reach us via our WeChat. We're going to display our WeChat to you, and they can also reach us via Facebook and Instagram pages, and we're also rolling out our Eggzekitive clothing website possibly by the end of this month, and everything is just on social media. That's
amazing. So I just want to know, I guess everybody is curious, people who know you and who've seen you doing what you do, knowing that you are a couple, right? How is it working together as a team, firstly, as a couple, secondly? How do you work together in that way? I don't understand how you do.
That one is a tricky question, but when you are working on something big as a couple, you need to put your relationship away from business, because there'll be times when, like recently, we had gone to a fashion show in Shanghai. Showcasing. So there were so many girls. You know, the jealousy comes in. You know, in the dressing room, he had to be there, I had to be there. I'll have to see guys dressing, he has to see guys dressing, and that makes you uncomfortable. But one thing you should know that is that you are only there for business. Girls would come, guys would come, hi guys, I want to be your model. Cute girls, girls prettier than you, guys prettier, more handsome than he is, but what you should know is what you share between the two of you. And when it comes to work, I think it's very much easy to come up with a solution, with ideas. When you're just sitting, maybe you've gone for a picnic, you'll be like, oh, that looks nice, so if you put that with that, it can make sense. And that is how actually we started. We were just getting to know each other, and then he came to my room and said, I like this. I saw what he wore that day. He was wearing some floral pants with some plain shirts and some Vans. So I looked at it, I was like, I really like what you're wearing. I love guys who are into fashion. I'd like to design stuff. I even taught him about my background. I designed my own dress when I was graduating from primary to secondary and stuff like that. So that's how our interest grew. And from that, we learned we could work together, make decisions together, and here we are.
Another thing that has to come in between the relationship and the work side of it is we also just have to understand that there is a goal at the end of what we're doing, and our relationship is separate from the business. So there's times when she would propose an idea and I would propose an idea. We have to debate upon that idea and pick the best idea minus us affecting our relationship side of it. So she can get angry at me on the business side and the relationship shouldn't be affected.
Okay. We need to disagree to agree.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, when I look at you right now, I see something great coming out of this, because I know that if there is a passion, there is always something that is going to continue. So is there anything that you can tell us, maybe a story behind how you started, or the passion is from somebody else who inspired you?
Well, the passion on my side starts almost 10 years ago when I was about the 8th grade. I used to live with my aunt. She was a tailor and she would always design clothes for the church choir and different customers that used to come. She was just a tailor. She was just starting out and she had done a short tailoring course. So I developed interest from that. Whenever she would come with the fabrics in the house and do the cutting, I developed interest from that and I found it fascinating, and I always wanted to start out something and make my own clothes. In that process, I also discovered that I was very particular with what I wear. She can attest to that when I see something that I like on somebody else, I'm not going to wear it.
Really?
I'm not going to wear
it. I'm also a bit like that.
So I decided the best part of going through that is just making my own stuff that I'll never find with anybody else. So that's what drove the clothing line to start.
Well, with me, I always wanted to be a model. I was that weird child who would sit after school, put my bags before I even change. I would sit down. Instead of watching cartoons, I would always watch fashion TV. And my mom would always come, Karen, why do you like watching these dolls? They don't even look like humans. They look like robots. Just look at the way they are looking. And that really inspired me a lot. I always wanted to be a model. And I used to participate in beauty pageants. I remember the last time I participated, I came third princess. I was so disappointed. But anyway, I took it like that. And then as time went by, I realized I couldn't be a model because of my height. I'm not too tall. I'm average, short. So I decided that if I can't be a model, I can make clothes for models. So that really encouraged me a lot. And I remember the first dress I ever designed was my graduation dress from primary to secondary. I really wanted to have an open back with a long slit and stuff, but then the tailor was, Zambian tailors will just do what they feel is right, not what you want. So she made a mistake, but that mistake was still even better than how I wanted my dress to be. So that is how I started. And then every time we had an Independence Day, I would always tell my mom, I want my dress to be like this and like that. I always wanted to have a unique design from everybody else, and that's how my interest grew. And I would also make clothes for my dolls. I think that's where it also started. I would make clothes for my dolls. I would make sure my dolls are changing, and you have Barbie dolls and you invite your friends over and you do stuff. Whew. I really miss those days, but that is where my passion for fashion started, and it's grown to now.
Alright, so how have you, because I know that it's been 3 years now, so how have you grown in the past 3 years? Is there anything you would want to share with us, your perfect achievements?
Well, in the past 3 years, we've achieved quite a number of things. It's not been an easy road. I shouldn't paint it in that picture. It has been a long time coming, and even when we say 3 years, people would be surprised. Like, we only started seeing much growth after a year from when we started. The first year was bumpy, but the second year we picked up and got to the third year, and now we're better. So from the time we started, we've been able to showcase at last year we showcased at the Shanghai Black Fashion Week. That was a prestigious event which attracted over 10 designers from around China 10 international designers, and we worked together. We were there for an entire weekend. We gained experience and networked with other people, and it was really great. And after that, we went out and showcased our stuff. Zambia recognized us. We featured in Zambia's Daily Mail. Yeah. It's a government-owned newspaper in Zambia, and we were also featured on a certain tabloid on the internet. It's called what was that?
Eggzekitive.
Eggzekitive. Yeah, it's an internet. It's a Zambian tabloid, online tabloid, and we also featured in Kwacha Times newspaper. Yeah. All that happened simultaneously because they saw these Zambian people are creating fashion, and that has been the whole motive of the brand. It's also to sell the Zambian brand, sell out Zambia as a country and represent Zambia as a country. So people have appreciated the work. You know, when you're starting out and people that you don't even know personally are appreciating your work, it really means a lot, and it's touching and encouraging for yourself. Yes.
So if there are people who are looking at you right now, because I know that even now you're doing great.
Yeah.
So what are our expectations for the executive robe in like 5 years or maybe 4 or 5 years? I don't know.
It's coming bigger and better.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look at our clothes from scratch, and okay, sometimes you look at somebody wearing the first things that you wore, and you look at them and you wonder, was it us that did this, or maybe somebody else? Because there's been so much improvement, and we've added so much detail to what we've been doing. Like you have seen this thing. Yeah. So here is where the Velo Ads and Design came about. So the other company is also helping Eggzekitive Robe. So the print came in with Velo Ads and Designs and that
strips.
Yeah. So we decided to play around with this, and this is a
Flight 03.
A Flight 03. It's a birthday thing for Eggzekitive Robe. The Flight 03 represents the 3 years that we've been in existence.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've paid attention to detail, and after Black Fashion Week, we learned a lot. We were taught a lot on how to go about your business, how to sell, and when we were starting, we really relied on students buying our merchandise, but now we even get orders from outside China, in the States, in other continents, Zambia especially. So we want, in the next few years, we are hoping to expand the business.
We hope to also showcase in much bigger shows. Internationally, there are a lot of shows, fashion shows that could gain us a lot of exposure. We look at showcasing in those shows, and hopefully as the brand grows, we'll be able to have our own standalone shop which only features our clothes. In the next 5 years, hopefully we look at having our own standalone shop, Eggzekitive Robe clothes, from the entrance up to the back, full of Eggzekitive Robe clothing. So that is where it's headed to. We are not doing any fashion majors, but it's a passion that's driven this to happen.
So if there's someone who is looking at you right now and wants to start their own business, they've been inspired by your video now, so what would you tell them?
I would think, first of all, they should master their customers. Their customers' preferences, their customers' ideal, what can I say? They should learn their market. You study your market, learn what your customers want, and on top of that, you should never give up. When you start something, it's not going to be easy. Things look very easy when you reach the top and you sit down with a cup of coffee and say, okay, I really suffered for this thing. So you don't have to relax. Always research more about what you really need. Try and find out information over whatever business before you start it. Research, and even as you continue with that project, research more so that you gain experience, you gain momentum, you grow yourself. And most of all, you have to pray. Never leave God out.
Exactly. So I just want to ask, because I'm really curious, Did you guys start with so much money? Because people already expect where you have reached now, like you said, like millions and stuff.
No.
Not at all. The start is, you don't have to wait to have a lot of money. The business will never start, trust me. If you wait to have a huge chunk of money, the huge chunk of money is never enough.
Yeah.
Money is never going to be enough. So you just start out with little pennies and put them all together, and they conform to make something bigger than what you even started out with. That's the whole purpose of business. It's multiplying little money into bigger money. So when you start out, you don't need a lot of money. Just invest the little that you have, the little savings that you've made. You can multiply that and make a bigger amount of money.
And when you're starting a business, you need to be disciplined with your finances. You need to be financially disciplined. You should always have a separate account where all your business money is. If, like we do, when somebody buys an outfit, we get that money and put it in the Eggzekitive account. We do not use it. No matter how broke we are, we need to go for a picnic, we need to go for a movie, and we don't have money, we'll wait until we have our own money. We will not use that money. You always need to have coffers. When you need that money for, maybe you need a machine, you need mannequins, you need what, get that money which is in the account. You have to sacrifice more to gain a better business, to be better than you were yesterday. Yeah, so you need to be financially stable.
Yeah, I think that's it from us. I have learned a lot, and I think everybody who's watched this has learned, because seeing how far you have grown in like 3 years is amazing. And I think in Hangzhou, you guys are the ones who have really like come out in the fashion styles. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I'm really happy that you joined us.
Thank you for having us. It's really encouraging.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, you have to see us soon.
You have to see us.
Eggzekitive Robe is doing much bigger stuff. This year we're going all out, and people should expect a lot from us, because this year we're launching our spring summer collection, which is going to be launched this year, and it's this month actually. We're launching our spring summer collection. People should look out for that, and it's going to be everywhere. You should make your purchases, and everything is affordable, so people can get some Eggzekitive Robe clothing.
And we will post our number, WeChat, our official page on WeChat for those in China, and for those outside, you can reach us through Facebook and Instagram.
To work with different types of people, it be Chinese, wherever you're from, we're open for collaborations, and working together is actually a good way to succeed. You don't have to go alone. You have to work together and put ideas together, and at the end of it all, we can achieve that big goal that we're trying to achieve. So we're open for partnerships and collaborations with anybody who's got brilliant ideas. We can sit down and develop ideas from scratch and make something big, the both of us. So we're open for collaborations.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, knowing that many people have the ideas, but they don't know how to reach you guys, if you can accept or not. But now that I know that we can maybe collaborate, make partnership with different countries.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
I think that's it from us. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.